Was that an MVP performance last night?
It was. I think we need to realize that he isn't going to throw for 400 yards every time, every single week. I think what has happened is that he's been so great so early, the bar is set ridiculously high. I can honestly say that I'm old enough to remember. I remember Joe Montana winning MVPs, and I'm old enough to remember Montana and Marino and all the great quarterbacks that have gone in on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame and those that will go in, from Peyton Manning to Tom Brady to Drew Brees. And we've never asked in a winning moment, was this an MVP performance? Why? Because he set the bar so high. And, yeah, the way you have to do it, sometimes you have to do just enough to win the ball game. And that's what he did. You look at the throws, the 2 touchdown throws that he made. You tell me Tom Brady can make either one of those plays.
Oh, baloney. Oh, stop it. You just went total blasphemy right out of the box.
That first
Are you kidding me?
Hold on. I'm going to make sure I hear you correctly.
Okay.
The throw that the first touchdown to McKinnon, Tom Brady can make that play.
You know why? He would have made it the right way. He would have made it the conventional way. You don't have to go shortstop underarm.
No, that's not what I asked. I said those 2 throws Tom Brady couldn't make, and you said, wait a minute, he can make it. Then you turn around and say, because he can make it, well, he would have made it the conventional way. I just asked a simple question.
Okay. Could he have run to the sideline and thrown it behind his back? No.
The throw that he made, the last touchdown that he hit 84 with, his feet are off the ground. He throws the ball 40 yards.
The irony of what you're saying is right now, Tom Brady rejected 84. He rejected 84 in Tampa. That's Justin Watson out of Penn. And he just said, remember, the first game Tom played for Tampa was at New Orleans, and the first ball that he threw to the flank went to 84, to that guy.
Right.
And it went the other way for a touchdown. Yeah. And he tried him again, and then after a while, he went total doghouse to Justin Watson, and finally dumped by Tampa.
Some man's trash is another man's treasure.
That is correct.
He's found a home in Kansas City.
You can't tell me that Mahomes gets a little quiet pleasure out of the fact I threw that guy a touchdown pass and Brady couldn't.
No, he threw that. He gets pleasure in throwing the guy, and he caught it, and it helped them get right back into the ball game. Skip, I just think the thing is for him is that sometimes quarterbacks have to find ways to win the ball game. He did a great job. He didn't turn the ball over. This game swung on what? A turnover. And I know Pat Mahomes said something. He says, I know Pro Football Focus is going to give me a really low grade, but I'm going to keep on grinding and keep doing what I'm doing. But Skip, the game really turned on what? A turnover. Now, people or turnover-worthy plays. Would you rather have the turnover or turnover-worthy plays? Because the turnover costs one team the ball game. It's just that Mahomes just find ways to win ball games. He's methodical. That's a very good defense, Skip. That said, the Chargers, they're really good. Now, they didn't get him on the ground like they got last week, like they got Derek Carr on the ground. But this defense is going to get better and better. They got Pro Bowlers at multiple levels, all pro. Khalil Mack is a Defensive Player of the Year. Joey Bosa is relentless. Derwin James, he can make a case that he's the best safety in football.
You can.
All over the field, he can blitz, he can cover.
Agreed.
And he's a tremendous tackler.
He is.
So they've got great players at all three levels.
By the way, if Derwin James can pick up Kelsey and just smash him on...
and power drive, slam him.
Really? Just body slam him?
WWE all over again.
But that takes some grown man strength.
That does. But, Skip, look at what Mahomes is doing. He's completing 73 of his passes. He has a little less than 600 yards, 7 touchdowns, and no turnovers. And it's just that the bar is so high because we've seen him do things that no other quarterback has done in his first 4 years of starting, is that every time we expect that. It's kind of like and that's what great players do. I mean, we never asked this of great. We didn't say, well, Jordan didn't score 50 here. Was that an MVP performance? He only gave us 28. LeBron, did he do this? That MVP? No. But that just goes to show you, we don't ask that of any other young quarterback. We haven't asked this of any other quarterback in the history. Have we, Skip? Because I know a guy won a Super Bowl MVP with a 140-yard pass and a touchdown. And we didn't ask, was that an MVP-worthy performance? No, we gave it to him because he made the plays when he needed to make them. Pat Mahomes made every play that he needed to make when he made it. So it was absolutely, and guess what? He's going to win it, too. He's going to win the MVP.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, last night didn't get him very close to one.
No turnovers. He got no turnovers, 7 touchdowns.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Thank you very much. Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
You actually went the correct way on this game when you picked the Chargers.
Oh, they should have.
Your Chargers actually impressed me hugely last night because they should have won this game by 14, maybe even 21. Yeah. They should have blown the Chiefs off their own field at Arrowhead on a Thursday night stage, because they did everything but that, because they dominated this game. And
Time of possession was crazy.
it's crazy. It is 34 minutes to 26 minutes.
Well, they got late in the ball game when they got the ball back. But at one point, it was like a 12-minute gap in time of possession.
Your Chargers ran 74 plays to only 54 for Mahomes. And even though Justin Herbert made the mistake of the night as they're going in for a touchdown that could have been the touchdown, the breakaway touchdown, it goes all the way the other way for another touchdown for Kansas City. And yet, as usual, my issues with Patrick Mahomes are these. Number one, he made 2 or 3 spectacular throws. He also made 6 or 8 spectacularly careless, dangerous throws that should have been going the other way. Could we first see Asante Samuel Jr. because he had 2 shots at pick sixes? And let's see the first one. This one's more in the middle of the field. This is after the Chargers have gone up 17-7, and now you're 1st and 10 at the 25. And Mahomes just throws it right to, is there any chief in the ballpark there? He throws it right to Asante.
Well, he was throwing it to Kelsey, and fell off. Sam, you don't see Asante.
I don't even see Kelsey in the shot, in the frame.
Yeah.
And he hits Asante in the worst place possible, right in the hands. And he sort of catches it and then doesn't catch it.
And he really has good hands, Skip.
I got it. His father, if he'd had good hands in a Super Bowl, maybe Tom Brady have another ring.
His father made Pro Bowls.
Yeah,
His dad was a very good player.
He was a very good player. I give you that. Speaking of Asante Samuel, then a little bit later in the game, we got all the way down to, this is the end of the third quarter, it's 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. And Patrick Mahomes almost goes Justin Herbert because he hits Asante right in the hands for a 103-yard pick six. That's 103. You just got to catch it. You just got to hang on.
Yeah.
And again, the receiver got a hand in and maybe messed it up a little bit, but you have to catch that ball.
Right.
Then later in the game, one of Tom Brady's old friends, Kyle Van Noy, got in on the act. If we could see the play, the throw to him over the middle, and Kyle Van Noy gets his hands on the ball, and I think he should have caught it.
I think this is the one he was trying to go to Kelsey, Skip. I think this is the one.
All right.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. And again, there's another one. And he got one hand on it, and I don't expect Kyle Van Noy to be catching interceptions like I do Asante Samuel, but it's interceptable.
Right.
It is a highly dangerous throw.
Yeah, Skip, but he was like, I was this close enough, bro. You don't have hands like that. I expect you to pick
that. But if he did somehow snatch it, I think he's still running with it. Because there's nobody home.
Yeah, he's going downhill,
Okay, I just showed you 3 highly potential pick sixes that Patrick Mahomes threw. And there were 2 or 3 other plays that I won't bore you with, but plays in which Patrick felt a little heat in the pocket and just decided, I'm just going to throw it up for grabs. He doesn't throw the ball away. Rarely will he just say, okay, I'll live to play another play. He just heaved him up the middle of the field. And I'm thinking, 3 Chargers could have caught that ball, and it's lucky that it wound up on the ground. So, again, was that an MVP performance? Because Brandon Staley had them dead to rights. They're on the run in the first half, and the guy who went for broke last year on 4th down twice in the first half. Twice.
He learned his lesson.
He's got 4th and 2s twice. One's just inside the 50, but one's deep it's on the opening drive. It's deep down. It was down to 4th and 2 at the whatever it was. But he just took the opening field goal. And I'm thinking, I thought it was going to be more of a shootout than it turned into be, but I'm thinking, Brandon, this is your shot here. This is where you do go for the throat, because one thing that Justin Herbert did very well last night was he went 4-4 on 4th down. So every time they got pushed, come to shove, he was making a play, a late play. He threw a lot of balls up for grabs too.
But here's the thing, Skip. There's a difference if you look at his four 4th down plays. They absolutely had to. That early in the ball game, I think the thing is that he kind of learned his lesson, and that maybe I went for it a little bit too much. That got him in trouble last year. That cost him maybe the playoff. Remember, out here in L.A.
Okay, I got it. But you would think in Patrick Mahomes' house, you would think that Patrick Mahomes is going to hang 35 on you, and you would think if you drive it all the way down to the 13-yard line on your opening possession and you got 4th and 2, you would think, let's just go for the throat. Let's see if we can get the ball in the end zone and put the pressure back on them. Well, it was another indication of you're driving on their defense just at will.
Yes.
You're going up and down the field on the defense, and obviously the pick six that goes the other way, you're about to score.
Well, that's their fault. Skip, how many times did Seven tap his head? How many times did he raise his hand? He says, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Get me up out of here.
Okay.
And guess what? Now he's tired. He half-asses a route. He confuses the quarterback. Am I going to keep going? He falls back, and the guy's in between, and he hits 35 right between the numbers.
He did. And that's the backup corner.
Yeah.
Right? That's Jalen Watson.
Right. I think he's a first or second round pick, wasn't he?
No, I don't think he was that high, was he? Was he
Maybe a
that high?
seventh round pick.
He's seventh round. Yeah. Okay. He's out of Washington State.
Yeah.
He's out of Augusta, Georgia, and he went to Ventura Junior College, and then USC signed him, but he couldn't qualify academically, and he went home and worked at Wendy's for a while, and then wound up at Washington State and was a seventh round pick.
Right.
But he's got talent.
Yes.
He's had enough talent to be signed by USC.
Yes.
But the point was, he's the backup.
I thought early in the ball game, Skip, they were leading, and they had a 3rd and 2, and Herbert threw the ball behind him on the slant route. Those are the plays, Skip, that when you got Patrick Mahomes and you got them on the run,
you got to make those.
You got to make that.
I totally agree. Okay, back to your man, Mahomes boy. So he's taking huge pride in spreading the wealth. 9 receivers caught balls at Arizona when they looked sensational, and last night 9 more caught passes, and he targeted 10 different receivers. But to me, it's already clear they are missing Tyreek. Because you can throw to all these guys. You can throw all you want to all these guys, and you can dink it and dunk it, or you can sort of move it here and move it there, but you don't have lightning striking the way you used to.
No.
Now, Justin Watson got deep, and I think he fooled whoever was trying to cover him because you think
that was
he
J.C.
can't
Jackson.
win. It was J.C. Jackson. That's right.
Welcome back.
Well, he's been nicked, but again, maybe he's just sort of cooling out, thinking this guy can't run past me. Even Patrick said on the Amazon set after the game, he said in the OTAs, I'm thinking, who is this white guy? You know, like he can fly. You know,
that's what most people think. That's what they be said about Cooper Kupp, and he got almost 200 catches.
I got it, because Justin Watson can do one. He can run.
Yes.
Okay. So the point is, he's spreading the wealth, but there's only one guy who got the bag who went to Miami.
Right.
But he is the game breaker, difference maker, life changer.
Right.
You still don't have him.
No.
And now it felt like last night they could triple cover Kelsey. They could just say, here, let's just take your security blanket as much away. What did Kelsey get?
He had 5 for 51,
5 for
7
51.
targets.
Okay, it wasn't impactful like usual.
No.
I mean, he'll make his couple of big catches, but listen, when it's he and Tyreek, it's pick your poison, man. Because
well, you had to skip in all the zero coverage. You're not playing zero coverage with Tyreek.
No, you are not.
Right. So you put Tyreek and Kelsey on the same side.
You're talking about no safeties.
Right. No, say everybody's down. And so what happens is that Tyreek's going to take 2. Now Kelsey and everybody else gets to operate one-on-one. Now Skip with no fear. Guys were barely getting out of their back pedal. They're like, you're not, Scanlon, you're not finna run by me. You're not finna run by me. Where do I need to go? But with Tyreek, they're already 12 yards off. And bailing, by the time he take 2 steps, yes, it's going to look different, Skip. It's going to look a lot of nickel and dime. Those days of him throwing like what we saw that Monday night in 2018 when they went bombs away against the Rams, and it was
Lord have mercy.
Mahomes almost had 500 through 6.
Jared Goff had
4+. I believe those days are over for the Chiefs. It's not going to be big explosive plays. Mahomes is going to have to be methodical. Skip, he's going to have to take the check down. He's going to have to take the little 5-yard route, the little 4-yard route. Those 60 and 70-yard plays that we saw with Tyreek getting Tampa and we saw for the last 4 years, that's a thing of the past.
Yeah. And he's going to have to clean up his act if they're going to go a distance, because you can't throw those balls that you threw up for grabs last night.
Yes,
because
he got away with a few.
One of these nights or afternoons, somebody's going to catch all of them, and you're going to be in big trouble. Because if I'm your Chargers, and you did, I congratulate you early on, you picked the Chargers to win the AFC and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I thought they looked like the better team last night overall. It was one of the weirder night games I've ever watched, because Justin Herbert also was spectacularly good and sometimes spectacularly, shockingly careless with the football.
Yes.
And the one cost him because it got caught and returned.
But Skip, that's been his MO.
It has
you look
been.
back last year, he threw four pick sixes.
I agree.
And he took the sack. He took the sack against your Cowboys.
He took it.
And he keeps doing. He's going to have to find a way to not turn the ball. At least if you turn it over, you can't let them score. You can't let them score on your possessions.
Yep. Okay. So Justin Herbert started as a rookie 15 times and went 6-9. Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay. Last year, 9-8, and he had moments. There were stretches of dominance, but
Yes.
still finished 9-8. Missed the playoffs, obviously, both years. So now they had a big win at home over the Raiders. It was very impressive. I still like the Raiders, and yet he lost last night, even though it felt like he should have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
So now his overall starting record is 16-18.
Right.
Okay. It's not good enough yet. I see the potential, but I need the intangibles to connect where you start saying, this guy's cold-blooded killer.
I think the thing, Skip, they really miss Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is just
They
stick
missed him
mover.
last
Now, he
night.
get in the red zone.
Mike
he
Williams is a stud, too.
Mike Williams, that's why I put him in front of CD.
Lord
but
have
Keenan
mercy.
Allen, Skip, he's your stick mover. He also is really, really good in the red zone. And so I'm not so sure that Everett would have even been in there on that play, but I know what they were trying to do. They didn't want the Kansas City Chiefs to substitute.
Yep.
So that's why they're like, no, go back. He's dog tired. He confuses the quarterback. Do I keep running? Do I fall back? And what happened was in the process, he's getting a little pressure. He throws it. And now all of a sudden, once he picks the ball, it's smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
He has to find a way, Skip. It's too many times they've been in that situation, and Herbert has done exactly what he just did.
I agree. Yet in the end, on their flight home, they had to feel pretty good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And yet in the end, he got beat up, Justin Herbert, and I'm not sure what happened. I don't know. It almost...
And it looked like a big hit. I mean,
it wasn't,
caught him
but-
just right up under that flap jacket.
He actually tried to tackle Jalen Watson on the return, on the pick six return, and got kind of shoved down. And it looked to me like it could have happened on that play, because on the play in question that everybody focused on, that's a clean hit.
Yes.
He didn't come down full body weight on him.
He was to the side.
Yeah,
Come
right.
look at him. He's to the side.
And I don't see helmet to ribs.
I don't either.
Right?
I don't either.
Okay, so was it already hurting a little bit? If you see the pick six return when he tries to tackle, he made a little bit of an effort to try to get him because he was the last man standing, obviously. And yet, here, let's see if we could see some of this. He makes an effort to get him, and then, but you see him spin down and like hold his chest.
That might have been the play.
Like he pulled something or something like in his left shoulder or something. I don't know. It's why they tell quarterbacks, if you throw one like that, just give it up. Just don't even worry about it.
That's the way they used to do, Skip. They used to throw picks and run straight to the sideline.
Right.
Because back then, you could headhunt the quarterback. Now you can't headhunt the quarterback if he's not trying to make a play on the return guy. So they just say, look, we'd have three guys. Our defense would send three guys at the quarterback, because if you can get him on the ground, that increases your chance of winning. But you're right. Hey, Skip, the Chargers feel good, but they've got to clean up those mistakes. And when you get a team like Kansas City, when you got them on the run, you got to keep them on the run, Skip. If you convert two of those third downs, when they're I think they were up 10-0 at one point. If you convert two of those third downs and maybe stay on the field, now all of a sudden you make it a 17-0 ball game.
Okay. Hey, you're down 17-7, and we just showed the play, the first one to Asante. It's 1st and 10 at Kansas City's 25.
Right.
And if he hangs on, I think he's still running with it. What if it's 24-7? Then what's going to happen?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, you completely eliminate the run. Now they got to come, and now Khalil Mack and now Bosa can really pin the ears back.
I think it's significantly better than Kansas City's defense.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
It's so much better, and the DBs are better.
Whew. Okay. Well, congratulations, Shannon. You got a moral victory last night.
My homeboy found a way.
Did he?
He found a way, won't he, Skip? Won't he find a way to do it?
He found a way to throw it to Asante.
Did he catch it?
Huh? No, he did not.
He didn't throw it to
that's
him.
the guy who's on the team plane going home thinking, what happened to me? What was I thinking?
Well, Herbert put a couple of them things up, too, now.
He did. I got
unanswered
it. Both
points
those
in the
kid
second half,
quarterbacks are like
guys. That'll provide a momentum shift, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.